I get out of the car, and I'm in all my Dale Jr. gear. There is no doubt where I am heading.
Yeah, you are a billboard.
I'm either going to a race or I'm going to a costume contest, but Halloween's over, and I would have lost. So I'm walking into the bathroom, and this gentleman walks up behind me, and he goes, I think we're going to the same place. And he's behind me, right? As we're walking into the rest area bathroom,
you're like, why?
It's already a place
why are
where
you pointing it out? Why?
You want to spend the minimal amount of time, nor do you want to get into a discussion with somebody while you're using the bathroom. So, I go, what did I say? I said, yeah. And then I made like small talk. I left later than I normally do. I was trying to add something to the discussion.
To break up the weirdness?
Right. So he asked
You didn't
me,
just go, okay, dude.
He goes, it's the first time that my wife and I are going. Do you have any suggestions? How's traffic usually in all this?
Yes, stop talking to people when they're going to the bathroom.
So now,
NASCAR fans don't like that.
The timing was off, so I was doing my business and had finished, and he was still partaking in his business in the middle of when this exchange took place. So now I'm like, okay, I guess I need to stand here in the restroom and wait for him to be done.
You're like, wash your hands a second time.
Well, because do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and I would not want somebody engaging with the conversation while I'm in the middle of doing that. So I waited until he was done, and I walked out, and I said, well, I go the back way. I get off at 127 at Riggs Road, and I head west, and I go the back way up and through. I don't know if it saves a lot of time, but it's a nice drive. And I said, actually, as we were walking out of the bathroom, I said, actually, I have the directions in my car. I don't need them anymore. And
wow, you must have not been too annoyed by this conversation.
No, I wasn't.
Here, follow them in a car now, since you're already in the following mood.
They were parked right next to me.
Oh,
so
lucky for you.
We were walking together. We were going to end up at the same place, and
regardless,
I didn't want to deal with awkward silence on the way back to the car. So he didn't say anything. He just said, "Oh yeah, a buddy of mine, said to go this way and get off on Avondale." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And he didn't ask for the directions. Okay, he didn't ask for them. The conversation ended.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready to get in the car, and his wife is hanging out the door, and
of the car,
of their car, and they just go, hey, have a great day. I said, okay. I said, hey, you too, bye, and I leave. So I'm heading up the freeway, and the next thing I know, they're following me
quite closely, so it's obvious.
Right, and so
they're like, we don't need directions. We're just going to follow you.
Exactly. So now I get off on Riggs Road, and now they are following me. Now in my mind, I'm going, we never established, right? We never established that this is now going to be taking place.
And you don't know these people, so even though it's probably completely harmless, you're thinking, oh my, what is about to happen next? Do not pull over unless it is an extremely public place.
On Riggs Road, there's a long stretch, and it's 55, 2 lanes, long stretch. But the problem is that if anybody is doing the speed limit, it's incredibly slow because it's a long. So
you feel like you're just kind of pedaling away.
So normally I'd zip around them, but now I've got a couple.
You're afraid to lose them. Afraid that it's supposed to be obvious. They need your help.
So you
don't want to be the rude guy.
So I do the first test move, and I pass the slow car in front of me, and they whip around and they follow through too. And I'm like, okay, now we've established.
You're like, I'm now guiding someone.
We've established that you will now tail me in my law-breaking speeding. Okay, we're fine now.
They're playing bear.
Okay,
because they know they'll catch you first.
Well, we're now heading north. We have to head back west again, and I
would have totally been messing with them this whole time. I'd have put on like my right blinker and turn left.
I missed the road that I was supposed to turn on.
Because you're so into what.
So I go one too far.
Now they think you're totally messing.
Now the problem is, because I went one too far, when I start heading west again, there's a big rock quarry in that area that covers like 8 blocks. So you either have to go to the far north of it or you have to go to the far south of it. I ended up going directly in the middle of it. So as we hit there, I have to go back south now to get back to the original road. So I've gone completely out of my way.
So it's totally like you're trying to lose them.
Still following me,
okay,
right?
Well, which is obvious. They're like, oh, look, he made a wrong turn. We'll just stay on him.
So they stay with me all the way to the track. And I'm getting ready to get on the last major, it's Avondale. I'm getting ready to make the last major turn to get into where all the traffic is, right? So there's all this traffic coming one direction. It's all driving into the track, right? I had this one teeny tiny opening where I know that if I gun it, I can get into this traffic and get away.
I'd do it. I'd be like, my problem is not you people.
So I did. I get in, boom, gone. They're stuck. I'm now in the middle of traffic, moving into the track. I'm like, I'm free.
What are you going to do, though? They can't expect you to wait for a big enough gap for them to.
So,
regardless of how obvious it is that they're following you, which they did not ask if they could do. They did not say, do you mind if I follow you?
I'm running. I'm now in the middle of traffic. I'm there later than I normally am, so it's a lot fuller than it normally is. I am moving my way through like
Dale Jr.
playing chess.
Yeah.
I'm working my way through the traffic, getting up towards there. I've long forgotten about this couple. Completely forgotten about this couple, right? And we end up stopping right in front of the track. And
they haven't forgotten about you.
The main entrance is a four-way stop, and the guys that are directing the traffic are doing a horrible job. We end up sitting there, this group of us that are waiting to go just this one extra block to get into where the parking is. At least 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
We're just everybody's getting out of their cars,
looking around. I think you would have gotten there faster if there hadn't been someone directing traffic.
People are looking out their sunroofs. They're yelling at the guys directing traffic and all this. I look in my rearview mirror, and guess who's behind me?
Like directly behind you?
Right behind me.
Well, 15 minutes is enough for them to get there.
And they're going, what's going on? What is that? What are you...
Like they're mad at you because you left them?
Yes.
Shut up.
No
really?
way.
Like they're mad at you because you left them and they're like, dude, you left us. Are you kidding?
I'm not.
Well, you know why? Because at some point they thought, okay, he gets it. He gets that we're following him. He's good with it. We're cool. And then you lose it.
Isn't that unbelievable?
I
finally got past a bit of the parking and I didn't say we're family. Right. It was unbelievable.
Dude, who leaves their family? We followed you through rocks and stuff.
Where'd you go? Yeah. Oh man.
So
you went south. We went south.
You know what the takeaway from that whole thing is? It's the last time I have a conversation with anybody in the bathroom.
All right.